75,000 is expected today for the renewal of the Bedlam Series in college football. Oklahoma versus Oklahoma State. The Cowboys come in ranked number 12 in the nation, a record of 7-1, but they're an underdog as Oklahoma is ranked number 1 and unbeaten. Here's a look at the Sooners season. A slight challenge from North Carolina early in the year. A number of routes. The Texas game, a convincing first half performance, wiped out the Longhorns in that one. The OSU Cowboys started things off with an exciting 39-28 victory over Tulsa that I hope you had a chance to see with us. And the shutout over Houston, a thriller against Wyoming. Southwestern Louisiana, their best victory of the year, certainly a convincing win over Colorado, and then a complete manhandling of Nebraska by the Huskers.
You can anticipate this one, though, with the over 30-mile-an-hour prevailing wind to be boating through the end zone.
Here it comes from Thompson. Sanders lets it go, and it'll be 1st and 10, Oklahoma State. Gundy just getting his 3rd start a year ago against Oklahoma, and simply a vastly improved player. The pitch out to Sanders on 1st and 10, and he is stopped.
Troy Johnson and Darrell Reed, as good a tandem bill at defensive ends any team in the country.
There's a look at the guys they'll try to contain. Thomas, Limbrick, a great blocker. Ronnie Williams and Dykes, of course, the Big Eight's leading receiver. The offensive line. 2nd and 10. And again, nothing. Sanders is slammed again, and Dante Jones. Reed and Johnson, the ends, and boy, are they a pair. Evans, Williams, Kilpatrick in the middle. Dillon back at linebacker, and Dante Jones. And in the secondary, Vickers and Dixon, the best of a real strong bunch. 3rd and 10 from the 20. First series for the Cowboys. Thomas found a little hole, but he is stopped at the 24 after a 10-yard line. He's averaging 44.6 per game. Has not had enough punts to be ranked nationally, though. And the fair catch by Charles Thompson, a diving one.
Bill, to study what the Cowboys did, they feel comfortable that they will be able to take advantage of the gambling defense today.
Holloway on the option, and he is stopped for no gain.
They may later. There you see the Sooner backs and receivers, Stafford, Collins, Carr, Cavanis, and Jackson. Fine play by Weller.
Offensive line called the best in Barry Switzer's history here, maybe the best ever, period, at Oklahoma. 2nd and 9 at the 49. First down, Oklahoma. Liddell Carr bulls his way to
on that play. Johnson is doing a good job, though. He's improved the last couple of weeks, and there you see the down people for Oklahoma State.
Pickup of 17 yards, and it's 1st and 10, Oklahoma. And Gillum Smith, the best guy, or I say the best guy, he's had the best year in the secondary, I believe. Again, they pound up the middle, the Sooners do, and to the 26-yard line. 2nd and 3. Anderson again, and he is stopped by David Bailey. 63 of 113 in 3rd down conversions on the year, and Holloway with the keeper should have it.
Deckard is a fine athlete. I don't know that free safety is his natural position, though.
Holloway, keeper, and stopped at the 18. Holloway continuing to move up in different statistical categories. 2nd and 6 for the the Sooners, and inside the 10-yard line is Oklahoma, and it's 1st and 9 from the 9, 1st and goal from the 9, and Carr stopped at the 5. 2nd and goal from the 5 for the Sooners. Holloway, touchdown Oklahoma. Sooners take their opening drive and go 51 yards and are on the board with 9:20 to go here in the first quarter. Is 6-0.
Man was the pitch man, so he had to watch Holloway go untouched.
R.D. Lasher is on for the point after, and it is good. He is 54 of 56 of the year, and the Sooners lead it 7-0 Oklahoma. 9:20 to go in the first period. The kickoff coming up in a moment.
Bill offensively and run some clock, and I say run some clock because that wind is a big factor, and they don't want to be down so big to Oklahoma after a quarter that they have to throw the ball every down.
There's Mike Gundy out of Midwest City. Sophomore is already number 2 in passing yardage in OSU history behind Rusty Hilger. And a couple of yards picked up And he is certainly a key player. Coach Pat Jones figured to try to get him the ball more often this afternoon. Sanders trying to get wide. 25-30 and out of bounds. First down, Cowboys. They'll mark it at the 33. He averages 10 yards every time he touches the football. Explosive football player. First and 10 for Oklahoma State, their first down of the day. Here's Gundy. Plenty of time. Gets it off, and at the 38-yard line, a pickup of 5 yards. That's just Limbrick's third reception of the year. There's Gundy's season totals. What a year he's having. Just 5 interceptions. Little misdirection, and the Cowboys pop it out to the 46-yard line.
In this case, Limbrick, Thomas, and Sanders in the backfield.
First and 10 at the 46 of Oklahoma State. Cowboys trail 7-0. 7:34 to go, first period. Sanders got a bevy of blockers, but none of them got the job done. And Oklahoma nails him for a loss. 7-1, and people seem to forget with Oklahoma and all the publicity the Sooners get that Oklahoma State's ranked number 12 in the nation. Second and 14 now on the 42. Thomas at the 48-yard line. A pickup of 6.
Bosworth's not there, and they are not quite as, Oklahoma's not as strong as last year.
Flags. Now he's got something to back up that confidence with the execution.
Mike Gundy didn't back down from him.
Third and 13, the ball on the 43. Fake on the draw. Gundy to air it out. He does to Dykes. He does not have the first down, though. Dykes was hit at the 45 of the Sooners. Not want to give them another. The fake punt. Thurman Thomas pitches it out. And Cooper gets the first down. Kerry Cooper with the first down. And it's first and 10 at the 35. Cowboys trail 7-0. This is their second possession. Started at their own 20. Sanders looking for help. And he is smothered at the 40-yard line. Did not let him outside, and Williams was there for the kill. Second down and 14. Ball is blocked. Third and 14 for the Cowboys. They're on the 39 of Oklahoma. Their deepest penetration. Gundy. He's got Dykes off his fingertips, and a flag is thrown. Pass interference.
It's so tough to handle. Oklahoma guilty of its 75th penalty on the season.
First and 10 at the 25, thanks to the penalty. There's the full house backfield fumble, and Gundy recovers it. Second and 10 now at the 25 for Oklahoma State. Thurman Thomas to the 23. The clock moving down at 3:28. Third and 8 from the 23 of Oklahoma. Gundy to Thomas. Driven down hard at the 21 by Troy Johnson. The longest, a 51-yarder. And this one will be marked at the 28, making it a 38-yard field goal attempt. Straight shot. Long enough, and it's good. And for the first time in 3 years, Oklahoma State has scored against Oklahoma. It's 7-3. Sooners on top. He toes it up, is ready to kick off the Sooners to get their hands on the ball for the second time today. Line drive. Bernard Hall finally picks it up. The 15, 20. Dives across to the 22-yard line. And the Sooners, first and 10 from the 27-yard line. Holloway. Collins. And he is knocked out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Operate again on first down. Holloway. In the air to Jackson and overthrown. Jackson got behind 7 touchdown passes, and Charles Thompson has added a couple of that total, so the fact that Oklahoma doesn't throw that much could be deceiving. They're very productive here. Here's Holloway on second and 10 for the 46. He's to the 40, the 30, 25, and inside the 20-yard line. Jamel Holloway tackled by Weller.
Holloway had good patience, used good judgment, made a big play.
First and 10 from the 18, and nothing doing as a fullback Rodney Anderson. 1:19 to go in the quarter. There's a look at the rushing yardage with Oklahoma, the nation's leader. You would expect such a figure. Holloway in trouble. Now Collins says thanks and gets back to the 20. And Oklahoma State stops it at the 18. Third and 10 now as they lost 3 on that possession. And the ball at the 18 again. Holloway, Jackson, and overthrown. Hardy's picked up where Tim left off. Freshman out of Plano. A walk-on. 35-yarder is good. And Oklahoma goes back up by 7 on Lasher's 35-yard field goal. And it is now 10-3 with 23 seconds remaining here in the first period. As you take a look at how we see things from high atop Memorial Stadium. That guy could have put it down a tunnel. Sure glad I don't bet. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. Thomas hit hard. The end of period number 1 of the Bedlam series here in Norman. And the Cowboys are trailing the Sooners 10-0, 10-3 Oklahoma. Oklahoma State will have its 2nd and 13 to start the second period from their own 17-yard line. And Mike Gundy hands the football off. Thomas. 3rd 10 for the 20. Gundy. Put it up for grabs, and it went to the wrong guy. Oklahoma interception. Ricky Dixon, the free safety, a senior from Dallas. Interception number 5. Oklahoma on 1st down. Comes to the right side. The ball on the Cowboy 20. Again, Anderson stopped at the 18. Artie Guest goes to the top of your screen as the lone wide out here on 3rd and 3. And there's the 1st down for the Sooners as Sim Drain knocking on the door here with a 1st and 10 for the 12. Collins to the 3. 2nd and 1 from the 3. Collins tried to dance outside and then fumbled the football after the whistle, I believe. Friday, November 20th from 6 to 8. 3rd and 3, ball on the 5. Jackson just out of his reach from Holloway. Keith Jackson. That'll bring on R.D. Lasher for a 22-yard field goal. Angle left. And it's no good. No good. So the Cowboys hold after having a pass interception.
10-3, only down 7.
Here's Mike Gundy with 11:28 to go in the period. And it's 10-3. 1st and 10 at the 20. And Oklahoma stuffs Barry Sanders. 2nd down. Ball on the 15. And again, that Oklahoma pursuit is there. Troy Johnson turned the play in. Gundy 2 of 4 today. 1 interception and just 17 yards passing. He averages better than 200 yards. And another broken play as they collide in the backfield. But the wind at his back. And Charles Thompson is tackled at the 46-yard line. Get the possession of the football for the 4th time. And the fumble, and Oklahoma State is recovered it in midair. Jerry Deckard, I believe, is the guy that came up with the football.
Was only down 7 with the ball on their own 34. Oklahoma's 34, that is.
Gundy wants to throw. The 5th time today. And it is nearly picked off the other way, and a flag
Appears it will go against the Cowboys.
Pat Jones, and a loss of John on that play is the other thing to remember, so it's 2nd and 25. Looking for Dykes. And the Sooners with Dixon and company back there. OSU is yet to convert on a 3rd down situation. 0 of 5. On the draw, Thomas looks for an opening, 45, and gets down to the 40-yard line. Still way short of the 1st down, though. Hopefully cause some confusion on Oklahoma's part. Left foot. Puts it out of bounds. Welcome back. We missed one play as we were away on the break, and here's a look at it, a fumble, Holloway, and the Sooners do recover the football, though.
It might here.
Holloway, 15, and to the 18-yard line. 146 today. The pass, Bud Wilkinson. Holloway, 20, 25, and out to the 28-yard line.
Go and just make a little over 8.
1st and 10 at the 28. Oklahoma leading 10-3. Cowboys signal they got it. Anderson. Oklahoma State's kept it close this afternoon. It's 10-3. And a wishbone this time, and Anderson to the 41. First and 10 at the 42. 5:51 to go in the half. Holloway. Still moving out to the 48-yard line.
Holloway knows his abilities. He cuts in, and he's a strong 190-pounder.
Second and 4 at the 48. And up the middle they go. As Anderson, again, the ball carrier. No, it isn't. Not when your safeties may go. First and 10 at the 44 as Oklahoma marches with Anderson again across the 40 to the 38-yard line. There's the rushing yardage today with Oklahoma, 173 yards rushing already. Holloway with the pitch. And to the 34 is Anthony Stafford. First and 10 from the 34 for the Sooners. Holloway on the keeper, the 30, 25, is a block and got it, and then gets inside the 15. Knocked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. First and 10, they mark it at the 12. Out of the wishbone. Anderson. Just across the 10-yard line. Second and 8 from the 10. A fumble. And Oklahoma State has recovered the football. We wait for the official. Yes, it's Cowboy ball. Melvin Gillum comes up with it for the Cowboys. Last 3 possessions, a missed field goal, fumble, and fumble after starting off with a touchdown and a made field goal. Up the middle is Thomas out to the 17, making the 16. Second and 3 from the 16. Thomas found the opening, 20, nice cut to the 25, 30, 40, it'll be a foot brace if he cannot get by in the secondary. Lonnie Finch, I thought he was going to make the one spurt. 2:38 remaining here in the half, and Gundy wants to throw and is scrambling. Off the hands of Limbrick out of the backfield. Gundy. Complete at the 25 and out of bounds at the 21-yard line, Gerard Green. Sophomore. Thomas tripped up at the 19. Cowboys trail 10-3, 1:53 to go in the half. Gundy in big trouble, escapes one man, buys some more time, and did Williams get hit on an interception by Oklahoma? Dante Jones. And now it is second and 12 as Oklahoma State declined the penalty. They want the football back. Holloway says no. The 30, 35, 40, 45, and out of bounds to the Cowboys sideline of midfield. Rod Smith, 37-yard run by Holloway. First and 10 at the 50. 3 receivers out now, so Holloway will go back. Blocked at the line of scrimmage, intended for Keith Jackson to make it 10-3, and since then we've had interceptions, fumbles, and punts. Second and 10 at the 50 following the timeout. Flag is thrown. Holloway looking up the middle, and it is intercepted by Weller, knocked away by Wade Weller.
Oklahoma unsure of itself.
1:05 remaining. Concerned about the time, and Oklahoma just one timeout remaining. Holloway, nothing doing. He's brought down on the 43-yard line, and Cowboys get fired up, and now they will operate on 3rd and 23. Anderson, the 43. And shoe on one foot and one on another, reminding which way to kick with, does he? Cowboys went for the block, did not get it, and the ball will roll now to the 25 or 26-yard line. So with 10-3, Oklahoma on top of the Oklahoma State. It's been exciting, I can tell you that. Maybe not what anybody expected coming in here this afternoon. We'll be back to talk about the first half. They'll be going into the gusting wind here at Owen Field, which means that Oklahoma State will have the wind in its face in the fourth quarter. That's important with their passing game.
Use up a lot of clock so that Oklahoma State will not have the wind for much of the quarter.
Patrick Collins stopped at the 22. Fourth, Indiana 24, Illinois 22 in the fourth. Second and 8 at the 22 for the Sooners. Holloway with a pitch. Stafford to the 32-yard line. First down, Oklahoma. Boston College 32-25, a final. Up the middle, a pickup of around 3 for Rodney Anderson. Putting possession of the second half with Oklahoma leading 10-3. Sooners football. Fake to Anderson, Holloway on the option, and he is brought down at the 31 by Jerry Decker.
Oklahoma player had gained 5 yards or more.
Oklahoma 3 of 6 in third down conversions, and on a 3rd and 8, it'll be close out to the 41-yard line. Anderson hit hard, still on his feet, and it'll depend on the measurement where they place the ball. David Bailey made the tackle.
Not many times would Barry Switzer into a big win like that, and Oklahoma State does get the ball. Not many times would he go for it in that situation.
With the wind at the back of quarterback Mike Gundy, who in the first half was just 3 of 9, he hands it off to Thomas. He got to the 40-yard line. Real pleasure to bring you this dandy so far. Get those snatches here. The Cowboys have a chance to tie up the game. Thomas pulls his way on a 2nd and 4. Big 3rd down and 1. They haven't made a 3rd down yet today. And it doesn't look like they did here either, as Thomas was stuffed that time. Pat Jones and the Cowboys elects to go for it. 4th and 1 at the 32. Gundy fakes to Thomas and can't complete it to Sanders. Oklahoma holds and the Sooners get the football. 1st and 10 on its own 32. Holloway hands off up the middle. Holloway looks things over. 2nd and 6 at the 36 of the Sooners. 10:43 to go in the quarter. It's 10-3 Oklahoma. Anderson powers to nearly the 45-yard line. One of the nastiest nights ever in college football. Sooners were winners in that one also. 1st and 10 call. Mako Moore makes the tackle. Last time any OU running back got 25 to 30 rushes in a game.
Been a while.
Holloway keeps this time for the 49, where Sim Drain makes the tackle against Colorado this year. In case you're wondering the question. 3rd and 6 of the 49. Janelle looks to throw the football. That's Cavanis, and Gillum takes it away from him at the 20. 25 going the wrong way, looking for a block from Deckard, and Cavanis bulldogs him down at the 31-yard line. Melvin Gillum out of Tulsa, Washington. OSU 1st and 10 on its own 31, trailing 10-3. Thomas dives across for a yard or 2. 8:16 and counting here in the 3rd period. 2nd and 8 for Mike Gundy and crew. Receivers both to the lower part of your screen. Thomas. Troy Johnson makes the tackle. 3rd and 6, ball on the 35. That's not Barry. I don't think he's taking pictures. Cowboys, big 3rd down, the 8th 3rd down conversion and make it 0 of 9. Kilpatrick and Johnson hammer Gundy. Cowboys are averaging 31 yards per punt this afternoon. Hall with a fair catch slides at the 37-yard line. And I imagine they're interested up there hearing this score.
Showed some of it there.
2nd and 10 at the 37. Collins got by one man, but he is stopped at the 38. Here it is 3rd and 9 at the 38 for Oklahoma. The Sooners 3 of 8 3rd down conversions. One receiver set out wide to the bottom of your screen. And up the middle, 1st down Oklahoma. Rodney Anderson carried the whole line with him. 1st and 10 at midfield. Anderson breaks it at the 40, 35, 30. And inside the 25. Oh, mama. Hold on to your pants as Anderson is brought down from behind. Over the 100-yard mark now. Holloway reads the option. Last second pitch, but they just ran out of room as Stafford didn't have anywhere to go.
But you're given a certain man in that defensive scheme, you've got to stay with him.
Oklahoma leading by a touchdown and wanting more here. And up the middle again is Rodney Anderson with 12th ranked Oklahoma State. The Sooners On the mark still. 2nd and 7 from the 8. Pitch out. Collins. 10. 5. And knocked out of bounds. 3rd and 2 at the 3. Hall. He dives in. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Bernard Hall with a score for the Sooners. Attempt. Thompson holding. Blocked by the Cowboys. Oh, you see it all in the Bedlam series, don't you? 16-3. Milton Cockrell blocked the point after attempt. So it's a 13-point game now with 4 minutes to go in the 3rd period. And Oklahoma's Todd Thompson to kick it off. Into the stiff wind. And it is taken at the 25-yard line. At the 34. Earlier, so they're having problems there. 1st and 10, Gundy scrambling back on his own 25. Looking upfield and trying to go to Dykes, and it is almost intercepted by Dixon. That's kind of as well as Keith Jackson. When you got 2 out of the top 10, you're in great shape. 2nd and 10 on the 35 for the Cowboys. They need to get something going here. Sanders can't find an opening, and the wave hits him. He's at 0 of 9 in 3rd down conversions, and here it's 3rd and 11. Gundy to Thomas and off his hands. Thomas 2 men back. 4th and 11 at the 34. And the ball down at the 21-yard line. They may not get the ball back this quarter. 2:50 to go, as you can see in the 3rd period. 16-3 Sooners. Rodney Anderson leap. Now Anderson, the main man again. 2nd and 4th at 26. Fumble. But Oklahoma recovered. Marked on the Sooner 26. Up the middle and very close to the 1st down, depending on the mark. Oklahoma with 18 first downs to the Cowboys 6. And remember, Cowboys will not have one here in the 2nd half. Right up the middle. Watch out. 45, the 50, 40, 35. Anderson to the 30. And Milton Cockrell makes the tackle. And with the talent that is available when a guy like Liddell Carr is sidelined and Rodney Anderson, most people couldn't tell you who he was before the ball game and what he has done so far this year. 2nd and 5 on the 25, and nothing doing up the middle, yard or 2. The Sooners, with a touchdown from Bernard Hall, have moved the lead out to 13. It's 16-3 Oklahoma over Oklahoma State. Back for the final quarter after these messages. The Cowboys will really have their work cut out for them, not that they don't already do. There's a look at the yardage difference as Oklahoma continuing to run it up. And now flag. Robert Nunn, I believe you're going to give up some big plays. 1st and 10 at the 18 for the Sooners. Holloway fumbles the ball. Cowboys recover. OSU again comes up with a big defensive play. And the Cowboys will stay in the hunt. And it's 1st and 10 for the 15. And this partisan Oklahoma crowd gets in to try to bring the defense back up. Here's Thomas. Out to the 25, just short of the 1st down. Thomas at 100 yards. There you see it for the day. 18 carries. The 2nd and 1 of the Cowboys. But the Cowboys being down by 2 touchdowns need to get something to the board here soon. Gundy scrambling. Keeps it and gets out of bounds at the 30.
But Gundy makes a good play there.
And he might also make them think a little bit more before they decide next time that, hey, he's just scrambling to throw the football. 2nd and 7 from the 30. And Thomas is stopped by Johnson.
On the defensive secondary, Vickers makes the calls.
They've done a number, as you can see on Gundy's numbers. Dykes on the look-in, but I believe he's short of the 1st down. 4th and 1 on their own 36, down by 13. Gundy tries to get up and over. Keep it alive. 1st and 10 on their own 37. Thomas tripped up at the 39. 2nd and 8 at the 39. Gundy to try to throw. Finds his man, tight end. I think that's Keith. And Dante Jones makes the tackle. Receivers one to each side. First down and more. Thomas at the 40, 35. He may score. 15, 10. And brought down at the 2-yard line. Oh, mama, hold on to your pants. Derek White saves a touchdown. We'll check that later. We'll come back live here. Diving up. Here to be Sanders. He is short of the touchdown. Oklahoma. Sanders. Touchdown, but there's a flag. Touchdown by Sanders, but a flag has been thrown.
It is now a 7-point game. A made extra point here, Bill, makes it a 6-point ball game.
There's Sanders diving up and over. There's offsides on Oklahoma. Naturally declined. Here's a key point after with it 16-9. Blanchard's kick is good, but another flag. Headed to the sidelines. Yes, another offsides against the Sooners.
They take that 85 yards in 11 plays with the benefit of Thomas's 54-yard run.
Cowboys will kick it off with 10:38 remaining, and it's 16-10 Sooners. This one into the wind and out of the end zone. First and 10 now for Oklahoma at the 20. Stafford gets out to the 26. Touchdown by Sanders. The first OSU touchdown against Oklahoma since 1984. Allen's not backward and then falls to the 17. And now it'll be a 3rd and long. Sooners lead it by 6 and 9.5 to go. Long count. On the way to throw. Knocked away at a great defensive play. At the 36 and down right there. Great job by Oklahoma.
You can see the confidence growing. They feel good about their chances.
At the 36, first and 10 out of the eye. Gundy with receivers one at each side. To Sanders, and he gets stopped after a gain at 2. And nothing but good news for OSU as they would prove themselves amazing. Dykes at the 45 and out of bounds. He's in Oklahoma territory. First and 10 at the 41 of Oklahoma. Thomas spins and is stopped for no gain as the defense toughens up where he was able to get just enough to get the first down. It seemed to really give him the confidence. 2nd and 11, and this pass, the similar play, knocked down by Richard Dillon. 3rd and 11, the ball at the 42, and Oklahoma State 1 of 12 at 3rd down conversions. Gundy in trouble, gets it off, it's complete at the 35, that's Limbrick, he is short of the first down at the 34. Oklahoma State going for it, 4th and 2 at the 34-yard line of the Sooners. 7:07 remaining. Gundy in trouble and eats the football at the 37-yard line. Darrell Reed with a play for the Sooners. Oklahoma takes over with 7:03 remaining, leading 16-10. 2 wideouts to the top. And then some motion forward.
Been out of sync for most of the afternoon.
2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line. Holloway escapes one man as a flag thrown as he was smothered at the line of scrimmage. As the official gives the signal against Oklahoma State. Nothing's been easy today, whether you're down on the field or up here. Up the middle, and look at that. Rodney Anderson, first down across midfield. Said, okay, you got the first down. 6:13 and counting. The ball at the 47 of the Cowboys, and Holloway tackled by Decker. Decker fortunate to get an arm out and telling Holloway to sit down and get off his ankle.
Well, I don't want to be a doomsdayer, but that does not look good.
Back to live action now, 2nd and 8. Ball on the 45. Oklahoma 16-10 with the football, and 5:53 remaining. Charles Thompson is the quarterback. Hands off to Anderson, and he gets to the 45 this game when he went for a touchdown against the Golden Hurricane his long run, averaging 8.4 per carry. 3rd and 8 from the 45, and Thompson sees an opening. Stays alive and is hit at the 41. He is short of the first down. And the Cowboys trailing by 6. Here they come. Thompson gets off the dandy. Sanders lets it go, and it'll be pinned at the 3-yard line. So Oklahoma State out of the end zone. Gundy intercepted Oklahoma. Touchdown Sooners! Oh, mama, Troy Johnson! And that'll be the ball game. Troy Johnson being mobbed on the sidelines. So they go for 2 with a 22-10. And flags all over. They do not make it.
In a 2 tight end situation, lining up on the left side was. Now, why is that? I thought that was before the play actually started.
Apparently, they must have ruled it after. And Bride last week had the interception against Kansas that made bettors across America happy. And now Troy Johnson. This one is boomed out of the end zone by. Here's our situation. 3 wide receivers as Gundy will have to throw. Flags are all over again. This one to Dykes. Leaping grab and steps out at the 35-yard line.
They incorrectly. I would speculate again it was holding, and he's verifying that. Okay.
It makes it 1st and 20. The ball on the 10. Gundy to pass from his own 1. And does out to the 19.
He's physical for a quarterback, isn't he?
Likes to hit. There's Gundy's numbers for the day. The draw play, Thurman Thomas. The problem with throwing under is
Unknown the severity.
We certainly hope it's not too bad. 3rd and 6 from the 24. Gundy scrambling again. Now he'll have to run. He gets it off. And it is complete to Brian Keith.
Oklahoma State trying to put a couple on the board in less than 2 doing that.
First down at the 35, and Oklahoma just thinking keep it in play. Gundy looking for Dykes and Dixon. Holloway is out, and if Carr is out, I'm just supposing makes that game a little bit bigger than some would think. This one incomplete over the middle for 2:48 for the Cowboys. 3rd and 10 at the 35. Gundy gets away from Evans, now unloads, intended for Ronnie Williams, and incomplete on the sideline.
Score and get an onside kick, you conceivably can win the football game.
Gundy, it's complete. First down out to the 50-yard line. It will keep the drive alive as just 17-7. First and 10 at the 49. And Gundy scrambling. He'll keep it this time. And now they'll have to hustle because with a minute 40 to go. First and 10 from the 39. And Gundy can't get away this time. He's brought down by Troy Johnson. Pitcher and many others hopefully lined up for you. On the draw, Thomas to the 30-yard line. Strike ball over the top is run. There's the game clock, 4th quarter. Gundy looking for Dykes, and it's overthrown. Penalty against Oklahoma. 58 seconds remaining. Gundy will try to put it in the air. Dykes, and it's overthrown as Dixon is on one side at recruiting grounds. 2nd and 10. Thomas gets out of bounds, but no gain. Ronnie Williams to the lower part. Everybody out, and up the middle, intercepted by Oklahoma. And the Sooners, the 40, 30, 20, Dixon, touchdown Oklahoma. Dixon goes 95 yards, touchdown Sooners. Here's the point after by Thompson for the Lasher, and it is good. Oklahoma 29, and Oklahoma State 10 with 32 seconds remaining. The Sooners put it deep. Here comes Sanders. 10, 15, 20, still up. Gonna circle. Nope, got caught. at the 21-yard line.
Oklahoma State, although we talked about statistics early in the ball game, they still have played a pretty good ball game. I know there was a chance when this game started.
Oklahoma will remain number one as they hold off a determined Cowboy football team. And Barry Switzer and Pat Jones meet at midfield as the Cowboys fall to the Sooners. It's Oklahoma 29, Oklahoma State